Well, folks, you find me this Wednesday morning. I'm down here in the office and I'm doing some spreadsheets out for what we're going to do on what days. This is going up today, Wednesday, the 14th. So we have been absolutely flat out. We've had loads and loads of commercial work on recently, which is really, really good. The only bad side about that, well, bad side, there's no such thing as bad side, but the only bad side about that is that we haven't got to all of our domestic jobs. So the domestic jobs are backing up. I have the school run and stuff to do today, and we were working the weekend in a factory. I'm going to go into that now in a minute. And yeah, so as a result, this is the first day for me to be able to do proper paperwork. I've been able to do some evenings, but I'm kind of getting down to it now. Why I'm doing this video today and why I thought I'd do it was sometimes it just kind of strikes me how far our company has come from years ago. And it's just, sometimes it's small little bits and it's just kind of really weird. But I'm very proud of where our company has come from at the same time. But I suppose it's always good to remember your beginnings. I remember being stone broke, doing windows traditionally, off the roof of a car, having the crash of 2008 where loads of work went, customers decided to go twice as long without cleans, and we were really, really struggling in general for money, for cash flow, and business was doing really, really shit. So I suppose to see what I've become today and what the business has become today versus what it was before is just something that I'm very proud of. And I was driving along this morning, I was in the gym this morning, I was driving out to the gym, and I just thought to myself, do you know what? What could I say to somebody else to help them out? So I suppose if you're doing well in your business, and to be fair, I follow a few, like there's the Lynx window cleaning company. There's a few other companies as well that I'm forgetting that I see doing really good advertising on Facebook, on social media, and in general having a really good marketing campaign and putting a lot of work into their effort. Willog, like there's loads out there that are doing fantastic work, and fair play to them for what they're doing. It looks like they're running absolutely savage businesses. But I suppose just if there's a few tips from me, it's not an overnight sort of thing. And maybe if you're doing well in your business, this video isn't going out to you. If you're not doing well in your cleaning business, this isn't going out to you. This is more going out to the guys that might be struggling a bit at the moment. Maybe they haven't made the transition over to water-fed pole window cleaning, or in general are a bit stuck in their business. So I was at that point when the crash came, a bit stuck in my business doing it traditional. And in 2008, I decided to take the leap to go to water-fed pole. And I didn't have the money for it at the time. I had to get loans. I had to get loans for a van, for materials, and that was the best thing ever. I didn't try and save up for it because I knew it would never happen. Because how can you save up when you're broke? Whereas loans are so cost effective. So that's what I did. I got a loan for my van, and I'm sure somewhere on YouTube on my channel there's videos on how I built up the stuff. So I suppose to make it as succinct as I can, you have to get the water-fed pole system, because if you stay traditional, sure, you might get a bit busier, but you're going to be absolutely broken doing it. And you're not going to be able to grow it safely and get the kind of work that you want to get. So first of all, you have to have the water-fed pole system in a van, and have, I suppose you could have a smaller van and work up to a bigger van. It's not always a bad idea to do that, but try and get the best of everything that you can system-wise. And then after that, you have to get good at what you do. So you have to be really good at what you do, and you have to be confident in what you do. And then it all comes down to the business side of things. You have to know what your competition charges in your area. And you can, how I did it is we charged the exact same as our competition did in the area. But because we were using the water-fed pole system, and we were really good at what we did, and we were efficient, and we had everything planned out the day before, and we worked really hard, and we had things in a rota, and we had things thing, you know, we worked out that customers' windows were done on a route, so that was the most time effective thing to do. We really made ourselves really efficient, and then that's how we kind of made our money. And I suppose in time we crept the prices up a little bit just because we were providing such a high-end service. But I'd say start off with the water-fed pole system and get really good at it. I suppose why I'm making this video as well is we're after spending a week in a pharmaceutical factory, and we started off, and loads of times guys message me and say, how did you get into commercial work? I'm finding it really hard to get to break into commercial stuff, and I just don't know how to do it. And a lot of times, now it's all hand in hand. You can't walk into a commercial job if you don't have other commercial work. So it's like, how do you get experience when you don't have experience? But you can do that by getting smaller stuff maybe first, whether it's shops or stuff like that. Or even if you're doing it for somebody, a job for somebody else, or you're doing it for a franchise. Don't tell them you're doing it for a franchise, just say that you do the job, which you do the job. So, and you also have to have all your paperwork ready. So you have to have your safety stuff. You have to have your, there's a robin flying around my unit. You have to have your safety stuff ready to go. You have to have your insurance ready to go. Contracts for employees if you have employees. Safety certs, I don't know what it's in your country, but here it's called Safe Pass or CSCS. And all you have to have all your paperwork ready to go, VAT registered if you're kind of over that sort of threshold, which we went to. So you have to have all your paperwork ready to go, and then you have to have the confidence that you're a great cleaner, that your company is really good, and that you can offer them a really good service. So that's what I did. I went and I called to loads of our commercial. I literally drove around looking for factories, big factories, and I called them and I asked to talk to the procurement manager, and I just got through. Most times I got through on the phone, and they'd say, will you come over for a meeting? I'd go over for a meeting, uniform, branded, and I just go in there and talk a big game. And that's what you have to do. You have to go in there and say, oh, you know, we're one of the biggest window cleaning companies in X, Y, and Z. We provide a first class service, you know, and you have to practice these things so that you don't go in there a ball of nerves either. You have to go in there confident and like just facts, just offer exactly what you have. You know, this is what we are, this is what we offer. We call to other big companies in the area. We call to this factory, that factory, we do this job, that job, the other job. We do an awful lot of big jobs. We have all the paperwork, insurance and everything that you might need. We can put that together in a package for you and go on from there. And I got so many factories doing it that way. Now, you still need domestic because the factories might get it done when there's an audit in a month's time. They might get it done again after a month, or you might not see them for 4 or 5 months. So they're a great filler, and they're like this last week that we're after spending, like our company would probably make twice the money in the last week than we would have if we were doing normal windows. And that's really good paid domestic window cleaning as well. So yes, our company would have made a fortune in the last week. And it will, because we have other commercial jobs coming on as well, and it'll do the same. So I'm not saying leave off your domestic. I'm not saying any of that sort of stuff. Also, I remember back in the day, now this is sales before costs, before diesel, before parts, before all of this sort of stuff. When I was a domestic guy, just with ladders and stuff like that, if I did €1,000, so what, £900, if I did that sort of money, now this is probably going back 13 years ago, if I did that sort of money in a week, I knew that was my limit. That if I did any more work than that, I would be absolutely bollocks come the end of the week, and the weekend wouldn't be worth knowing. Whereas with the water-fed pole, it's easy. You can make 2 to 3 times that kind of money just with getting the water fed pole and then getting the customers. And again, Instagram has brought us nothing. Facebook is where it's at. And again, like I've harped on a million times about, it's not just put up one Facebook post and that's it. Every time you do a factory, or every couple of days, take a picture of a outstanding window. So whether that's just something that catches your eye, that you walk past and you go, damn, that looks class there. Take a picture of it, put it up on your Facebook page, and just say, we're all around this area and we're getting these kind of results. And people want that. And you see, the benefit of putting up commercial pictures of commercial work and then mixing it in with pictures of houses that you can't tell what house you're at, obviously. The benefit of doing stuff like that is that the people then it's branding. It's not sales, it's branding, it's marketing, it's creating an image for your business, so that when they think of Stephen Lee Cleaning Services Limited, it's like, oh right, well they're the top end, they do a fantastic job, they're the guys that are fully insured, they're the first class window cleaning solution in this county. And of course we've kind of branched off and we do a lot of carpet cleaning now as well, which is the exact same money as window cleaning. So that's just my advice, because I came from earning no money and being broke and worrying about not being able to pay the bills and having money on the credit card and stuff like that. And that was 13 years ago. So 14, 15 years ago. So, and it doesn't, Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes a while to do this. You just can't do, 2 months of Facebook, do some advertisements on Facebook and stuff like that, and then expect, one ad might get us, one 20, 30 euro ad might get us €1,000 worth of work, and the next one might get us €50 worth of work. But it's all branding, because who else has seen that message and logged that in their brain and thought, right, in 6 months' time when I have that coming up, these are the people that I want for the job. So that's my advice. Sure, we get quieter times. Sure, we could do with more staff sometimes. It doesn't help that I'm gone to college for 24 weeks of the year. But at the same time, it's fantastic. And that just really struck me this morning. It's fantastic not to live on a week by week basis. I'm salaried and I get a flat wage the entire year round, whether it rains the entire month of January and there's hardly any work done at all because it's storm and snow and crap weather. I get paid the same regardless, flat rate. So yeah, that's my bit of advice. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments and I'll answer them on another video. I better get on and do a bit more organising, otherwise all these domestic customers are going to kill me.